How to do discovery when you are uncertain on a certain technology?
That's a very common question for generalist SEs or value added reseller SEs, right? Where they have a million products where they need to support. The way I think about it, it's much easier to understand the problem than to understand the technology, as in like the problem that the technology solves. And if that's the case, if you're a generalist SE, generally speaking, there are like people behind you, specialist SEs that can also support in in technical discovery and all that. But as a generalist SE, you need to understand the business problem behind a technology, right? So when you're doing a discovery, you can do a business discovery fairly easily. And what I would do in that situation as well is before I even have a discovery, I would work with the specialists, SEs, to see like, hey, what is important from in terms of technology to understand, right? Not for me to learn, but like in terms of asking questions to the customers. Have a checklist of information that I can ask. Have a frequently asked question sheet from the customer side. And that might be difficult because some specialists don't even have that. They just wing it all the time. At which point you might have to start building your own if you're running into the same technology over and over. But if you're running into the same technology over and over, you might need to invest some time to actually learn it and be a little bit more certain about it. And there's a misconception that SEs are specialists in everything, they're experts in everything. We're not. There are different kinds of SEs. There are specialist SEs who focus on technology, and there are generalist SEs who focus on accounts. The generalist SEs who focus on accounts need to be specialists in their accounts, need to know their accounts inside and out. They might not know all the technologies inside and out. For me personally, I know my customers buy two or three different products often, so I'm an expert in those products. They might ask for information about other products. It might take me a little bit longer to get that information, and I set that expectation ahead of time. Like, okay, my focus is this area. I'm not an expert in this area, but I will get you the information. The most important part of an SE's job is not necessarily to know the answers right there on the spot, but it's to know how to get the answers to the customers in a timely fashion. Which means I went into a discovery call. I asked some questions. They asked me some questions which I didn't know the answers to. I wrote them down. I send those questions to the specialist, to the product manager, whoever. Didn't hear back in like a day. I follow up and I follow up and I follow up so that when I told the customer, like, hey, I'll get back to you by the end of the week, I'll actually get back to them by the end of the week.